You're going to make a character profile using the fast facts that you learned about in school today. And I'm going to show you how to set that up so that when you come into school, you're ready to go to start plugging in the information to the profile. We're going to use Google Slideshow for this. So you're going to want to create a new presentation. So you're going to go into Google Drive, select New, and then select Google Slideshow. So to begin, you're going to want to create a title page. And for the sake of time, I've already created my title page with my images that I'm going to use. For this character profile, you're going to make an interactive profile, meaning that you're going to include images on the first slide that when they're clicked will take the viewers to a specific slide that will give them more information. So you're going to want to create icons, clickable pictures that you think will be useful for this particular assignment. So we studied the fast facts today, and you know that FAST stands for things that the character feels, what the character says, how the character acts, what the character thinks, what the character says, and how the character treats others. Okay, so your first slide should have images that represent those different fast facts. So these are the images that I selected, and you don't have to use the ones that I've selected here. You can use any images that you'd like that you think are representative of those. So I used this speech call out, I guess we'll call it, for what the character says. I use this word thought cloud for what the character thinks. I used this picture that I did a Google search for what the character does and how the character acts. I use this for how the character feels, the heart, and I use this image to represent how the character treats others. So, like I said before, you can use any images that you'd like. I use this face since I'm not specifying the character, and you all have different characters that you're using. You could try to find an image that you think looks like your character or draw your own. It's completely up to you. Up here, you can use the shape tools. That's where I got my call outs here, but you can use any other images that you think will work from here. You could also use Google search tool to find the images that you want. So once you've filled out your first slide, you're going to need to create now a slide for each of the fast facts. So here's what the character says, my slide for how the character acts, my slide for how the character feels, what the character thinks, and then how the character treats others. Okay, so you want to set up a slide for each of those because when you click on each of these icons, it will take them to one of these slides over here. So now how do we make this interactive? How do we make these icons clickable? You're going to hyperlink them into a slide in the slideshow. So let's take this first one, which is what the character says. And when you click on it, you'll notice that there is a insert link icon up here. So make sure that this is clicked, that all these little squares are around it, it's highlighted in blue. Click on this, and you'll see this pop out. And you'll notice it says slides in this presentation. When you click on that, you can choose which slide you want it to go to when you click on it. So this is what the character says. So when I click on that and hit apply, now it's hyperlinked. I'm going to do the same thing for this one. Click on the insert link, slides in this presentation. This is for what the character thinks. Click on that and hit apply. And then for this icon here, when I click on that, hit the insert link, which slide am I going to use for this? I'm using how the character acts and hit apply. The heart, this is for how the character feels. Now you may notice that when you click on it, it becomes a little bit challenging for you to scroll down. If that happens, just move the icon up and do it all over again, and then you can move it back to where you want it to go. So now it's easier to get my choices. So this is how the character feels. Hit apply. And then I'm going to move that back down to where I want it. Just going to move this one up. hit the insert link. This is for how the character treats others. Click on that and hit apply. So now when you share this with other people to present to them your character profile, when they hit present and they view your slideshow, they can click on any of these and be taken to another slide that gives them the information that they're looking for. Now, you need to do one more thing though, because once they're sent to a slide based on the icon, they need a way to get back. So what you're going to need to do for each of these slides is you're going to need to insert a button that will take them back to the first slide. So you can do that a few ways. You can pick any picture that you want. You can put a picture of a little house that stands for home, or you can put an arrow. You can do any shape that you want. Whatever it is, it needs to be some sort of image that we will link back to the home page. So I'm going to select this. This actually looks like a button, and I'm going to put it in the corner. And once you click in it, you can write anything you want. So I'm going to say back to title slide, or you can say back to the home page, whatever it is that you want. And make this big enough so that the text is all in one on one line. And then you just want to put this somewhere out of the way of the information that you're going to be putting in. And just like we did before, and actually I'm going to move this up for now, we're going to click on it, make sure it's highlighted in blue with those squares, insert the link, find the slide that I want, and I want the first slide where I have my character profile, my character's name, and hit apply. And then I'm going to put this back down to where I want it. Now, this is the same button for every slide, so you don't have to do this 4 more times. You can just click on it. You could do right click and copy, or Control C to copy. Go to the next slide and do Control V, and then do that for each one. Control V to paste, Control V, and there you have it. So now all my slides are set up and ready to go, so that when you come into class, all you have to do now is work with your group, collaborate, be creative, and put the information in here so that you can teach the rest of your peers about your character.